So we will be explaining why you do the things that you do in life. So I'm just going to quickly explain the key. So the first part of it is the arrow with the circle with the arrow pointing out of it is the less broken down idea. The circle with the arrow pointing into it is the more broken down idea. The most broken down idea on the whole chart is the red circle with the blue text, which is grow, reproduce, and get new generations to grow and reproduce. The least broken down idea on the chart is the blue circle with the red text, which is everything except for grow, reproduce, and get new generations to grow and reproduce. The normal arrow that's red, and that arrow breaks down a normal motive, and it often represents an emotion. The arrow leading to the final or most broken down motive is the blue arrow, with the thick blue arrow.
Okay, so basically, the motives are anything that makes you want to do anything. And they're caused by happiness, anger, love, whatever. But basically, you want to get money, food, and stuff. They're the social motives, and you want to live. So the money, food, and stuff are the most simple motives that you want to get to. Money is actually basically food and stuff. And what I mean by food is literally food and water. Stuff would be stuff like shelter or land or territory that you have under your control. And so, or that would even be jewelry or clothes. And so basically, the accumulation of money, food, and stuff is the cause of every single historical event ever. So if you ever wonder why anybody in history would do anything, it's because of these three right here. Because it's simple. At such a large scale, it's often because of money, food, and stuff. There are also the social motives, which actually breaks down into this whole huge, big section that almost takes up half the chart. Because social interactions are very complicated, also very emotional. That's why there are so many arrows that represent so many different emotions. Then the first, I'm just talking about this first area right here that branches off of motives, is the desire to live. You don't want to die. You want to live forever so that you can grow, reproduce, and get your kids to do the same.
So to grow, the main things are you need food and stuff and the desire to live. Because if you didn't have a desire to live, then you wouldn't grow, you wouldn't feel like doing anything, and you would just die. And with food, you also get, you physically actually do grow. Like, steak and gives you protein and stuff and builds your body up. And the stuff is you need shelter to live. You can't live out in the cold, and you can't just have no shelter. And so now on to social motives up at the top. Is the social motives give you social survival motives, and reproductive motives. With the social survival motives, they lead to friends, and friends, they use teamwork, and they introduce you to people, which also helps you survive. So friends equals more friends, which equals more friends, and that makes you and your friend more efficient. With friends, you can meet mates. And with social survival motives, they also get you mates. And then mates and the reproductive motives both lead to mating. And mating will create an offspring. And then your goal is to get your offspring to survive, your offspring to make, and then get your generation to grow and reproduce.
And about the friends. So the friends are complicated. They introduce you to other friends, like my brother said. They introduce you to new possible mates, which also is good. But another key part is they make you happy. And if you were thinking, well, friends don't only get you food, money, and stuff, yeah, you were right. You're just ahead of me. They also make you happy. But the reason they make you money, food, and stuff is because they help you survive. What I mean by that is when you are with a friend, you're more efficient and you have teamwork. So you can get money, food, and stuff. Or in ancient times, you could get food and stuff better, or quicker, or more efficient, or more of it, which could be used for your offspring to mate and survive. So basically, everything boils down to growing, reproducing, and getting your new generations to do that same thing, grow and reproduce. The things that you need to grow are you need to live, you need to have food, and you need to have stuff. What you need to reproduce is you need to be living, and you need to mate. And then what you need to get new generations to grow and reproduce is you need offspring, and you need that offspring to be alive, and you need that offspring to mate.
So the second slide is pretty much the same as the first slide, except the three main groups are circled. The family and friend bonds, James Bond, is circled. The objects and materials are circled, and the desire to live, or your wanting life, is circled. And the three results of all those are circled. So pretty much each group kind of makes one or two of the results. So money, food, and stuff, and combining with the desire to live, all kind of funnel in to grow. Then, going from the social group, you have friends and you're more efficient with them, which kind of leads down to grow too, so that could kind of branch off. And then the friends or mates, you reproduce with them and you get them to make new generations and do the same thing as you.
Yeah, and so there are the bonds, the social big section. There are the material objects that people often get greedy for. That's why it's called greedy desires up here, which points down to this big group. And then there's your desire to live, to be immortal, to never die, and live forever. Now, the big results, the three big bubbles, kind of break down into two sections, this and this. So you want to grow and reproduce. That, I would say, is what you do with your life, how you succeed in your life alone. But then also, you want to reproduce and get your new generations, also called your kids, to grow and reproduce also, which I would categorize as reproducing or social success. And so you'll probably notice a lot of these bubbles are circled in black highlighter. And so, like I said earlier in the video, friends don't only make you get more money, food, and stuff by teamwork. They also make you happy. So everything circled in black highlighter here means when you get it, you're happy. So for example, when you get more money from your job, you're happy. When you get a great meal, you're happy. When you get a new house, you're happy. When you make a new friend, you're happy. When you find a mate, you're happy. When you have kids, you're happy. When you see your kids survive, you're happy. And also, these big three results, when you live and grow and see your growth, you're happy. When you reproduce, you're happy. And when you see your kids do the same thing, you're also happy. So if you take anything away from this, basically the big idea is that everything, the goal, whether you know it or not, is to grow and reproduce. That's how everything is successful. I'm sure you've heard of evolution if you're watching this. If not, basically everything tries to reproduce, and whatever reproduces the most is the most successful species. So it's no surprise that as developed as we are, we have 3 steps that we ourselves have figured out on how to be successful species.